Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new gameplay feature on this channel. I'm the Ninja Stalker, and the reason why I say that is, even though it is Heliborne, this is different. This is Heliborne, the Enhanced Edition. That's right, there are two different versions of this game that you can play. There's the Legacy version, which everyone naturally gets from Steam that you can download, but then there's this Enhanced Edition that they moved over to beta. Now, in order to get to this portion of the game, when you purchase the game, you're supposed to right-click on Heliborne, go over to Properties, and then from Properties you go under Beta tab, and then from there you can select which tabs you want. You just click on the top one, which I believe the top one's supposed to be the Enhanced Edition Heliborne version. It'll be about, I don't know, 11 to 19 gigs worth of download on top of what you already had downloaded with the Enhanced Edition, with the normal Legacy version of Heliborne. Which, by the way, if you're trying to go back to Heliborne after installing this version, you're going to have to install the original Heliborne again. That's just how it is. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I've noticed online that a lot of people have been, I guess, protesting their thoughts in this game of how the Enhanced Edition is crap. It's made by, is crap or garbage. It's made by different developers from the original game. I'm here to try and kind of help out by showing this gameplay footage. And maybe, just maybe, the developers who are working on the Enhanced Edition would take notice of this particular video that I'm going to post up on YouTube. That or anyone from Steam who happens to come across this channel or this video and say, "Hey, Heliborne, I like Heliborne," and oh, he did a video, or Ninja Stalker did a video on the Enhanced Edition of Heliborne. Let's see what he has to say. Now, it's wishful thinking because I don't get a whole lot of viewers on my channel. Well, that's kind of subjective depending on the game. I know Arma gets a lot, but I haven't done any Arma games in a while because, well, I'm just haven't had any reason to really go back to Arma, even though I do like Arma. Arma is one of the best arcade/simulator games out there when it comes to just military in general. This game, Heliborne, I see it as another type of Arma. It is an arcade simulator game that anybody could really use to learn something about aviation, particularly helicopters, so that's what this game's all about. You can use this as a training aid. It's not 100% perfect, but just like real-life simulators that we aviators use in the Army, they're also not 100% perfect when it comes to that environment for you to understand what really goes on in your aircraft. So this is another training aid, I believe. Now, the two versions of the game I've played the Legacy version a lot. There's a lot of hours I put into that, but then there's also this Enhanced Edition. I have some hours put into it, and I have my own personal gripes with this game and some things I do like about this game. Now, recently I've noticed that the game has changed a little bit in the Enhanced Edition. Some things need to be fixed, some things have been fixed. So we're going to get right into it. So let's go ahead, and here's the thing right here. So the screen looks different from the Legacy version, right? So there's this, you got this cool music in the background, you got this chick here, whatever, right? You play offline or play online? Me, I don't like playing online against people. That's my number one thing. But in order to play single player, you have to play online. You can't play offline. If you play offline, you're not going to earn any points. To me, what's the purpose of that if you're trying to get points to unlock things? I guess it's in the sense that you want to be able to earn points online with people, but you can also earn points online just playing by yourself. It's just you have to be online. Now, this is something that I wish World of Tanks had, or has. I haven't played World of Tanks in a very long time, but I like to compare this game to World of Tanks and War Thunder, and as well as real life, because I am a real-life Army aviator. I am an Apache pilot, 152 Hotel. That's my MOS. So, I like to take concept and structures from a game like this, and a game like Arma, in a game like War Thunder that has anything to do with helicopters or what I do in the military, and put it into a training aid to learn and to teach others. But this is not the end all be all. There will always be those standards that you're supposed to follow in your job, in your career, right? Your SOPs, your standard operating procedures. You will follow that no matter what. But these training aids, you could think of them as techniques to sort of help. So we go play online, wait for servers. You click on America. That's where I'm going to be at. I can't really click on Eurasia. So, well, I mean, I could, but it's not going to really help me out. Now, what serves as purpose for me, though, is I'm going to play single player no matter what. I don't like playing against people. I would try to play with people against the AI, the bots on the ground. But there is that. I have been using this game to sort of teach my pops, my father, a little bit about aviation, a little bit about what we do, and to just also get him into playing games, you know, because why not? It's kind of fun, and it was pretty cool. I actually got him to learn how to hover and do a little traffic pattern around one of the airfields in this game. And believe it or not, you might think, wow, that's you taught him how to hover, and in real life, it's not as easy as you think. If you're 0 hours of any kind of real life aviation, you never flown a plane in your life, you never flew a helicopter in your life, you jump into the seat of a helicopter trying to like take off and keep it at a hover, yeah, good fucking luck. You're gonna do exactly what my father did. All right, so I was teaching him and training him, and he actually learned in a few short hours. That's actually kind of fucking amazing. But again, it is an arcade. It is a video game. It is a pseudo arcade simulator. So he did pretty damn well, considering what most people did in real life, including myself, jumping into a helicopter. And before I was learning how to fly helicopters, I actually had flight experience. I flew fixed wing, but flying fixed wing to helicopters is completely different. To rotary wing is completely different. So I did have that airmanship when it came to actually flying the helicopter, right? The rotary wing aircraft, which I learned off of Lakotas, UH-72 Lakotas. So I had that over some of the people in my class. Actually, a lot of people in my class, but just like everyone else, we all struggled learning the academics. We all struggled learning the airmanship in general, you know. And then you move on to your advanced airframe. So for me, it was the Delta Apache. But with my pops in this video game, he's never played really a video game in his life. And I was teaching him, and then I finally got him to learn how to hover in one spot, you know, and then I got him to go around the airfield. You know, it took some time, but it was a lot of fun, and we had some laughs and stuff because he ran into me, and I was like, oh crap. He's like, oh shit, I killed us. So like, yeah, don't worry about it, it's a video game. So it was pretty cool. So there is some good stuff out of this game that we can get out of this. Now, we were using the legacy version of the game, not this version of the game. So let's go and focus on this version of the game, right? So single player, that's what we're going to want to do, right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. In this version of the game, you're only capable of getting your Raider and the Invictus. So there were some complaints of people trying to figure out how the hell do you get the Raider? How the hell do you get the Invictus? Well, it's in the Enhanced Edition only. And it's there available. You just have to unlock it with the points that they're worth. So these are like, I forgot how much this one was. I think this was more than this one. This one, as you can see here, you need 520 to unlock this. It's a Gen 4 aircraft. See, it's a fourth. So it's a Gen 4 aircraft, and this one I want to say was a lot more than this. I think it was still in the 500s, but more than this. I don't remember how much it was, but for sure, as soon as I saw that, I went and unlocked it immediately. And I gotta say, I like the way it is. I like the way it looks. I like the way it handles. I like the weapon system that comes with it, even though it doesn't really come with a whole lot. But what I mean by the weapon system is, whoever was in development of this game, they changed out the sounds for some of the weapons. So the guns, the gun weapon systems for a lot of these aircraft sound different than the legacy version. The rockets sound different from the legacy version. Different rockets sizes, so the 57 millimeter is going to sound different from the Hydra 70s. The Hydra 70s are going to sound different from the 80s. The 80s are going to sound different from the 127, the 130s, you name it. The rockets all sound different. Unfortunately, what I've also noticed is that the missiles all sound the same. A boring sound that they all sound the same. It kind of pisses me off. So that's one thing I would like the developers to work on, is continue working on the sound system for each weapon system. Like this uses, as it says here, the 197 electric 20mm. Well, that should be the same 120 the 197 electric 20mm on this gun. However, they don't sound the same. This 20 sounds different from this 20 over here, and this 20 sounds the same as this 20 over here, and I'm pretty sure this 20 over here. But I would like the developers to try and focus on changing the sounds of each weapon system. Maybe make each one completely different from the next. So maybe the 20mm on here is different from the 20mm on here, and the 20mm over here. I like when they sound different, and what they did in this game, the Enhanced Edition, sounds pretty good. I like it. The rockets sound different. It's fun to shoot the rockets in this version of the game. The missiles is not so much. It has the same sound as the Legacy version. I wished it was a little different. Apart from that, I'm trying to think here, because there's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad. What the hell does that sound? Oh, it's my iPad would be going on. Anyways, apart from that, there are some slight things on here that you probably noticed that it's not correct. So your Apaches. This is what kind of annoys me, because I'm an Apache pilot, right? You notice what the name of the Apache is on here. CH-64 Alpha, CH-64 Delta. That's not what they are. That needs to be changed. It's AH-64 Alpha, AH-64 Delta. And if they plan on expanding this game, AH-64 Echo, right? Maybe they plan on putting in a Bravo in there, a Charlie in there. I don't know. The point is, it's AH, and it's a reason why it's AH. It's Attack Helicopter. And here they call them the Chief CH-64 Alpha. I do not like that. Like, I don't know if they're doing that just because they assume or know that a majority of the pilots who fly any aircraft, particularly the I don't really think it matters particularly, but I'm just saying maybe for them, particularly for the Apaches, is Chief Warrant Officers. That's besides the point. That's kind of subjective also, but I don't want that. Do not do that. Do not do that. Just, it's an attack helicopter, AH. The A is there for a reason. It's an attack helicopter, because CH is supposed to stand for cargo helicopter, which is supposed to be these two right here. But instead they call it the PS-46, PS-47. That kind of annoys me. I see that and I get like a twitch, like, what the hell is this? You know? What do they call it? Hold on, the Puget Sound 46. I don't know why they did that. That needs to be, no, fuck that. Get rid of that. Make it what it's supposed to be. See, you have here UH-60 Alpha. All right, so it's a utility helicopter. Okay, good. MH. It's I forgot what the M stood, but the H is supposed to be helicopter. What was the M? Is that like manned or something? I don't remember. And then HH. That's supposed to be Navy based, I think, right? AH, I don't remember what that stood for, but the point is, these ones were the first things that I noticed that was wrong, okay? But check it out, the Cobras are correct. AH, it's attack helicopter. Technically speaking, with the Cobras and the Apaches, realistically, these would be your LAH or MAH, so light attack helicopter or medium attack helicopter, but that was never really a thing. That's just me. That's just coming from me. Personally, a personal opinion, that's just coming from me, because these are smaller than the Apaches. The Apaches are heavy, so they could be HAA, so HA, right? So it's heavy attack helicopters, but that's not really what they are. In real life, it's AH-64, AH-1, okay? Utility helicopter, Delta for the UH-1, okay, good. OH, observation helicopter, good, okay, you have that. OH-58 Alpha, okay, observation helicopter, Delta over here. Okay, cool, you have that. You messed up over here. You need to change that. That needs to be correct. Now, apart from that, other things that kind of annoyed me in this game was the combat against certain opponents in the game. Some of the RPG opponents on the ground, actually a lot of the man pads on the ground When they fire their weapon system, you can't tell that the shot is coming at you. Especially the man pads. Your system will start beeping, and then you're like, all right, where's it coming from? But you never get a smoke trail of where that missile came from. And before you know it, you get hit. Now, you launch your flares before then, right? Anticipation, like, oh, okay, it's beeping, someone shot at me, let me wait a second or two, let me pop some flares, all right, I'm good to go. No, a majority of the time, the flares do not deter the missile from hitting you. I have to launch 2 to 3 sets of flares before I could feel comfortable that the missile's not going to hit me. Even then, even a third set of flares is not going to stop that man pad. I run out of flares on my aircraft because my favorite aircraft to play are these 3 right here. The Golf model, the Juliet model, and the Sierra Foxtrot model. I run out of flares. And it's annoying that these man pads can just shoot me out of the air and my flares don't deter their missile system, and I can't even see where they came from. Not only that, the graphics in this game is better than the Legacy, but because of that, it's also harder to see the damn troops on the ground who are shooting at you. A lot of them aren't even using the correct tracer color type as in the Legacy version. Legacy version, everyone's using yellow tracers, and they're shooting at you. In this version, you got yellow and red. A lot of them actually got red, and red is kind of harder to spot out of thin air, especially on certain maps during the daytime and nighttime. The one map I like to play on the most, after the Afghanistan Coast Province map, it's kind of foggy or smoky in that area, which coincidentally in real life, actually as it was when I was over in deployment over there. They were burning a lot of stuff in the air, so it was kind of hazy all the goddamn time over there. But tracer fire is tracer fire. It's meant to be seen. There's a reason why you have tracer rounds, is so that you can line up your shots just by, aiming and adjusting, right? It's a visual aid for you. That's one of the biggest problems I'm having with this game. On top of that, there are graphical glitches that I've noticed on the Afghanistan Coast Province map. There are probably other maps. I just played the ones I like the most, and there's problems with graphical glitches that eventually things get all jumbled up and look like shit. You're probably going to see it here in a little bit because we will get into some gameplay, but that's a big problem right there. Let me see, what else was there? Some of the aircraft are not perfectly set. So for example, on this aircraft, for the OH-58 Alpha, there was a map that I was playing on. It was the North Africa map. And as I was flying along, I noticed something didn't look right in the tail rotor section. The little tail rotors themselves back here was not connected directly into the tail rotor gearbox. It was like it was floating in midair next to it. I'll probably show you here in a little bit. There were just some things that needs to be adjusted and fixed. Apart from that, though, the game looks great. I don't know if there was a recent update with this game, but all of a sudden the bad guys are not as hard hitting as they were a few months ago. A few months ago, I'll be on medium difficulty and normal game mode, and they were just wrecking my shit. But then I played earlier today, and I was like, huh, it's not so bad now. So there's that. Anyways, let's go ahead and show you how things look over here. So this is what it looks like right now, right? This is what we have so far. There's the Bell Invictus, one of my favorite aircraft to play in this game because it's just super sexy. I think it's kind of funny, though, that the paint scheme, the camo scheme for this says Navy on it, and I don't think the Navy's supposed to get this aircraft. I think it's the Army that possibly might get this aircraft, which I hope we do. Oh my god, I really hope we do, because this thing reminds me of the RAH-66 Comanche. Even though the people, Bell, who made it, and the Army could possibly be signing for, says this is not a replacement to the RAH-66, the Comanche. It's not the Comanche, and I was like, yeah, sure, but it looks like it, and it's got some stealth to it. Matter of fact, here, let me show you. So that's what it looks like right there. Let's get a better, closer view of this aircraft. Look at this thing. Look how fucking sexy this thing is. Oh my god. Oh my god, this thing's fucking amazing. If we get this aircraft, I will sign up for this. Oh yes, I will. I will find a way Just look at this thing. It like screams stealth. It screams reconnaissance. This is awesome. Not only that, it's got this nice 3-barrel 20 millimeter, which the 20 millimeter is tried and true. It's a pretty good weapon system. It's not the 30 that's on the Apache, but the Apache 30 is supposed to be an area weapon system anyways. And it does its job well, but I think this would be pretty good, especially if you're trying to do precision attack. Oh my god, just look at this. This just just amazing. It's got a finisher system, so this aircraft's not going to be loud going through the air. So there's your reconnaissance right there. It has, just look at it. They say it's not stealth, but I mean, come on, look at this thing. Look at this thing. As it says right here, prototype U.S. recon and attack helicopter based on technology from the Bell 525 Relentless. Let me take a look online what this Relentless is supposed to be. But really, when I look at it, I see what I see is Comanche. Now, if you notice, the rotor system has a slant, so it's a purpose-built slant into it to try and counteract the way the aircraft is going to be in the air. So what is it that we have? What is it that we have? So it's like so what do we have? It's rotating clockwise instead of counterclockwise. Let me make sure. Yeah, see? So this one's rotating clockwise. So I guess it has the slant that way, and then you have the translating tendency. So translating tendency is going to force. So you got this that's supposed to counteract the torque effect of this up here, and then depending on the on the side that it's pushing on, you have a translating tendency going towards that side, right? And then what you're supposed to do as the pilot is input cyclic on the opposite side to keep it level. Now, what most companies would do is have this slant in the rotor system so that you don't have to worry about that. So once you pick up to a hover, it's already perfect aligned in a hover. So that's some advanced tech, right? Well, it's not really advanced tech. That's been around for some time, but they went ahead and did that rather than have the pilot focus in on doing that. So that's pretty good. Just, oh my god, just look at this. It's so good, so good. But the only thing is with this system is you have these type of weapon systems to work with. So you start off with wait, what the fuck? Yeah, here we go. So you start off with the 20 millimeter and 8 Hellfire, so 4 on each side, right? Then you can go with the 20 millimeter, 38 Hydro 70 millimeter rockets, and 8 Stingers. But I'm not going to go with Stingers because I'm not fighting against other aircraft. And then you also have the 120 millimeter gun plus 76 Hydras, which is okay, but you know, these 70 millimeter Hydras aren't exactly the best in this game. They're pretty good in real life, but in this game, they're not. I mean, realistically, if you play on the Coast Province Afghanistan map and you shoot a Hydra at one of those trucks, that truck in real life would fucking explode. It would just be done. Done skis, alright? In this game, it's like, nope, not even a direct hit is going to destroy that truck. So it's kind of like, there's your arcade-ness, your arcade type with that weapon system. But in real life, a Hydra, a 70 millimeter rocket, is going to destroy a frickin' truck, alright? Let's see. But, like, the thing is, you're kind of limited to picking that. You're limited to picking that. So I wish there was a customization that I can select my favorite aircraft, and then I could say, you know, I want 20 millimeter, and I'll take a little bit of rockets, a little bit of Hellfires, you know? Because it has something like that, but it's not Hellfires, it's Stingers, and Stingers are only good against anti-air, you know, air for air, you know, any other aircraft out there, and there's not other aircraft out there, which also could be another cool thing to have. Have enemy AI with helicopters that are enemy AI helicopters, so that way I can give a reason to use these Stinger missiles and test them out. That'd be pretty cool, you know? Or maybe, let's say, I just straight up want to do the gun. So, like, yeah, I just want the gun and give me all the ammo for the gun. No no rockets, no missiles. Just give me ammo for gun, and that's it. And then maybe because of that, my speed and my agility is increased because all I have is just a freaking gun. You know, that'd be pretty cool. Now I kind of fucked things up, so now I gotta readjust shit. Do that. This camo is fine. Let me go over here. I'm actually okay with this 76 Hydras in the 20 for this aircraft, because I do not like, not enough points anyways, but I do not like 38 Hydras and 4 tow missiles. 4 tow missiles isn't going to do shit. It really isn't. I'd rather take my chances with the 76 Hydras and the gun. The gun, just, you know, that's my main big backup, and I love it. And then there's this. And then, of course, this is the Juliet model. Oh my god, love this. I really wish the Army didn't cancel on the Cobras, because this Juliet model, I believe, what I was reading up online, would have been the next Cobra that the Army would have had, is this twin-engine Cobra, you know? And this thing is fast, this thing is maneuverable, it's amazing, and this would have been it for us. Just this canopy system would not be there. We'd have that straight edge one. There's an actual name for it, but this would have been it. The nose section would have been a little bit different, because we'd have the what do you call it? Not the telescopic system, but probably like the FLIR system. But this would have been what we had, but instead the Army canceled on the Cobras, and then Bell went asking anyone else, and then the Marine Corps answered, and they said, yeah, we'll take these Cobras, and what do you know? So that kind of bummed me out. Could have had something here, because then, like I've been saying, this would have been our light attack aircraft, which I feel that we have a necessity to have. And then you'd have your heavy attack aircraft, would have been the Apaches. There'd be a reason to have both, to be honest. I mean, you can have a team out there of maybe 1 Apache, 2 Cobras, 2 Apaches, 3 or 4 Cobras out there, because you're not going to send 1 attack aircraft out there alone, unless it's like you're going out to a training area, but that's just a training area, and even then you're not going out there alone. It's just not going to be, it's just silly. You're going to go out there in groups, you know? The exact number of groups, can't really say, but I mean, it just makes sense, safety in numbers, you know? But this would have been an amazing addition to the Army, and I so would be flying this. Of course, the Marine Corps continued on with the Cobras as they have right now, and they're currently using the, I think, the Zulu model Viper Cobra, and it's got dual engines, and it's the same. I think it's the same engines that the Apaches and Blackhawks have. That 700 series General Electric. I think it's General. I don't know. Whatever it is, the 700 series engines. It's the same engine, so like it's capable of fitting. You can like make whatever it is work and fit. You know, I mean, just look at this. You got twin engines right there. Freaking awesome. Wishful thinking. Anyways, so let's go ahead and save. Okay, single player. Let's go to, let's see, do I want to go to North Africa, or do I want to go to Afghanistan? Or we can do both. We can do both. Both. But do I want to go to Afghanistan first, or do I want to go to North Africa first? Let's try Africa. Let's go here. Let's bring this up to medium. Let's go down to until victory. Increase the time, normal. Time of day. Let's go with night. So this is something I like. This is something I definitely like. In the Enhanced Edition, you can make it a night map or a day map. I wish though that I can take my frickin' Invictus and fly it in any of the frickin' maps I want. I don't like how I'm limited to the generation aircraft to the generation location. I would really like to fly some of my Gen 4 aircraft in other areas, because I don't really like the Gen 4 maps. Balkans, Bonomo Islands, not really. You know, I just don't like it. I'd like to fly my Gen 4 aircraft in other maps. And on top of that, I would really like more maps than this. I would really like more maps than this. Hell, there might be some times I like to frickin' go to Vietnam over here, you know, but I can't because it's only Gen 2 and Gen 1 aircraft. I'd like to fly other aircraft there too. Anyway, so what do we have here? We have Cobra, Kiowa, and I think that's the Delta Huey. So let's go ahead and I'll start, and I'll show you what I'm talking about with Kiowa. Oh shit, I should have checked if the weapon system that I had. Grenade launcher, yes. Grenade launcher, yes. And okay, yes. All right, let's go with the Kiowa. Let me show you what I'm talking about with this. Okay, you see that right there? That's what I'm talking about. You see how it's like just floating there? It's not actually connected to the tail rotor gearbox. That's what I'm talking about. You can definitely see it here. It's just floating there. It's not connected to the tail rotor gearbox. So it's kind of like that needs to be adjusted and fixed. So developers or devs, that definitely needs to be fixed because that kind of bugs me. I haven't noticed anything else, but I mean, again, that's just one of the things.
Saber to operations output time now.
Let's see. Track 4 to base en route from ambush. We should probably go grab the Huey. Also, this is not a big thing here, but this is a North Africa map, right? So the music that I'm hearing kind of makes it sound like it was meant for Afghanistan or something. I don't know. That's just me. Makes it feel like it's Arabia, but this is North Africa. I don't know. It's just a minor thing. Not exactly a bad thing.
Packs unload completed LC. Packs unload completed LC.
Got him.
Thunder, negative packs at this time.
Now, I will say, on a night map here in North Africa, it's a little easier, not easy, easier to spot the enemy. Because all it is really is sand. And it's a dark map, a nighttime map, when you do have illumination, as you can see. You know, it's pretty good. I like that. I like this. Not all the time is it easy to spot them out, especially in the daytime when it's freaking bright and they just blend in with the damn environment. You'll notice this on the Afghanistan map. The Afghanistan map is full of vegetation and everyone just blends in and are hiding in like trees and freaking bushes because there's bushes and trees everywhere on that map. And the enemies just they're not silhouetting out at all. At all. And it kind of annoys the shit out of me. And the big problem is they're firing tracers that aren't exactly easy to spot. Again, the two colors you get is yellow and red's mostly the one that sticks out. And red with a haze background is kind of hard to see. Apart from that, the man pads don't also give out a smoke trail of where they've been shot from, which sucks because in the Legacy version, they do it all the time. RPGs do it all the time. Here in this Enhanced Edition, RPGs don't do it all the time. They do sometimes, not all the time, but man pads, super freaking rare if they do. I've only recalled one time on a night map that a man pad actually had a trail, a smoke trail behind it.
Thunder, good spot.
Extract 2. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, no.
Thunder, 2 operations. Alpha, time now.
Also, I would like more camo options for our aircraft. Like, come on, just start going crazy with the camo options. If not, have a custom camo customization, something, just more camo. There are a lot of aircraft that have just one camo to them, and that kind of sucks. I would really like a lot more camo for all the aircraft across the board. Like, let me make that aircraft mine, you know? I thought that was a bad guy. It was a rock. Okay, I see a smoke up ahead. That's probably where our guys are, but where's the enemy? Okay, I have a nose low attitude so that we can quickly engage. There's somebody.
Thunder, threat system active. Thunder, taking fire.
Okay, we have some rocks. I think right here's a good, nice spot. Okay, we got the ETL. Continue forward. Follow this down to the low ground and make our way over to our base. Also, if it's not too much trouble, another thing I would like is having an NVG mode. Just a possible option for some of the night maps, you know. That'd be a pretty good training aid for aircraft that more than just an Apache. Because the Apache, we can use NVGs, but we also have another system that helps us out. That's particularly nice. But there's people who don't have that system, they just have NVGs. So essentially flying at night, what I'm doing right now, this would be night unaided. I mean, I do have some knowledge, but it's pretty much night unaided. There wasn't a full OD map like it is right now, and then it's kind of like, oh shit. Evacuate cab. Jesus Christ.
Thunder to operations. Alpha.
From
Time
landing
now.
zone. Okay, I'm on my way to 4. We'll drop some people off over there and pick people up. 9 cabs. Okay, yeah, we can put 10 people, so. Pick up our altitude. I don't really want to be any lower than 30 feet. We'll go around base 2 on the right here, instead of picking the direct over the left. And lower ourselves just a little. Soldier, clear forward and down.
Thunder. Packs unload completed LC.
But yeah, I think having an NVG mode would be pretty cool. Also, for that NVG mode, it does not have to be just your stereotypical green NVGs. There are other color NVGs out there. White, for example, I believe there is a set of color ones out there as well. But for sure, there's also white NVGs, and I like those. Those are pretty good. Green are your standard ones, but you know, make there an option for NVG systems, please. All in all, I do like the visuals of this game, of this map. I mean, there's more vegetation out here in the desert. The aircrafts look a little bit nicer and crisper. This is pretty good work, you know.
Thunder. Good spot.
Capture landing zone 6. Okay.
Thunder to operations. Alpha. Time now.
Man, we've pretty much been flying this Air America Huey for a good minute in this map. Not that I don't mind. I do like the Hueys. Huey's an amazing aircraft, and I mean, Check it out. It's Air America. Like, come on. That was a great movie. Robert Downey Jr. and God damn it, who's the guy? He did Mad Max and Lethal Weapon. Director of Passion of the Christ. What was his name? I can't believe I don't remember his name. Oh shit! Anti-air. Got you.
Warning, hydraulics
Got you.
malfunction.
Hydraulics
Warning,
are out.
hydraulics malfunction.
Get on that emergency hydraulics button, press that, and find a safe, immediate place to land. But since this is a video game, this would be the arcade version about this, right? Because it's not realistic. So we can get away with getting back into it and re-engaging. Okay, we got you. Let's go ahead and capture this. Oh!
Thunder, Pax, unload completed LC.
Let's see if our machine gun can actually do anything to this guy. Yeah, it can. Alright, good. Sweet. I wasn't sure if this Browning 50 cal could have done anything. Mongoose is capable of doing a lot of things, but for sure, when it comes to engaging armor, do not engage from the front. Everything's always more armored at the front. You'd want to engage it at like the side or especially the rear. Also, like how when the aircraft gets near its home base, they turn on the anti-collisions and all the other lights, strobes and everything else. I like that. That is pretty cool. Sense of realism right there.
Thunder, good spot.
It's also dependent upon your operating procedure for that location, whether you turn lights on or off. Oh, that also, it would be cool if we could have an option to turn on searchlights for the area. That'd be pretty cool. But also, a thing for that would be if, a thing for that too would be like having a searchlight on means that your aircraft is more easily spotted. But, you know, take it as you will. Find the spot and we're more defending grid 70 of 9. 7 of 9, excuse me. I also like how this aircraft, single engine, struggles getting up this hill. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's not cool, sucks, but it's realistic, you know. But we made it happen because we had the enough forward airspeed to do so. You know, because you got to trade one or the other. If you don't have enough power, but you have a lot of airspeed, you're gonna have to trade off some airspeed to get that altitude that you need. So it's good. Unspot enemies. Alright.
Saber taking fire. Saber, mayday, mayday, mayday.
Fuck off. Please complete the objective. Alright, let's go to this. Check out the camo I got on it. Hell yeah. Arctic white, but so what?
To operations. Alpha, time now.
Golf model Cobra here. Which I like. I like because it has the option of the weapon system. So I have 40mm grenade, I have Hydra rockets, and I have that amazing Vulcan cannon over there. So it's very versatile. This particular Golf model that I customized here is very versatile. Capture any zone under enemy function. I really don't want to. Zone 7. That was back where we were, wasn't it? Alright, let me double back. Descend, I don't really want to be any higher than 100. Well, realistically, I don't want to be any higher than 200. It's just a standard I'm setting for myself. But terrain flight's what I'm looking for, and we don't want to go past 200 AHL for that. So below that is fine, but I don't want to be anywhere near that. So below 100 is okay for the current map environment that we're at. Oh, and we just had a strike on the ground. Wah, wah, wah. Alright. Alright, there's AA position. Trying to find all the AA positions. There's one right there. As you can see, these early versions do not have telescopic viewing, or even that other one, the IR. All right, who over here is busy? Oh, okay, you, huh? You're done. Done. There's another one somewhere. I don't know where he's at. We'll find him as we get. There he is.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. Saber to operations. Alpha, time now.
Now, I don't believe this Alpha model OH-58 is the Kiowa Warrior. I think it was the OH-58 Delta that was the Kiowa Warrior, but I still call it the Kiowa regardless. Somebody shooting at us back here? I don't like somebody was shooting us back there. Alright,
taking
got
fire.
you. Okay, we got you. Hey, shit, where those other guys come from? Oh! No bueno, no bueno. I know those guys right there. These ones right here.
Saber taking fire. Saber, mayday, mayday, mayday.
Seconds for this.
To operations. Alpha, time now.
Oh shit. Golly. Oh, he's still here. That's why I was like, why is this? Get some. Gotcha. Okay, 300 rounds of the 40, 242 on the 20mm Vulcan, and 12 of the Vulcan. Let's jump to our 40mm. Oh shit. Gotcha. descend a little. Oh shit! Get rid of you. Get rid of our biggest threat. Fuck. Always go after your biggest threat. Everyone else can wait. I'd say that was a pretty good engagement. Wait, hold up. Does it say capture landing? Yeah, capture landing from enemy fire. There's bad guys over there. Alright, we need to hurry up back and make sure that place is absolutely cleared. Let's see, let's do a weapons check. 227 rounds of the 40, and we're full on the 20mm Vulcan. But no rockets, which is fine because I don't particularly use the rockets all that often. I mean, it's just enough rockets to do something, but not the end-all be-all. For me, what's better is the 40mm and the Vulcan, especially. Fuck out of here. Oh, I just saw you. Got you. Got you. Got you. I see some people over there. Somebody over here shot a rocket at me. Where the fuck are you at? Also, I wouldn't mind to have more accurate internal cockpit thing going on here. Actually, as a matter of fact, I should probably change that. But yeah, having a more accurate version of this would be pretty cool. Also, like an internal front and back seat view. So like here's your third person view, and this is your gunner's view. But also have an option for like internal cockpit view, where basically you're sitting in, you actually see that you're in the station. You're actually in the pilot seat station or the CPG station, and you're just flying along, where you see all the controls and everything else. That'd be pretty cool to have.
Good spot. Thunder to operations. Alpha, time now.
Now, I can get if the developers are trying to go for historically accurate aircraft, especially if he's coming to weapon systems, but I think when it comes to weapon systems, it'd be okay to have customizations that I'm asking for where you specifically pick, yes, I want this weapon system and only this weapon system, or I want this weapon system and that weapon system. I think it's okay for that, but make everything else about the aircraft historically accurate. Like if it's supposed to be a Gulf model Cobra, then make it a Gulf model Cobra that has everything else but the weapon system that can be customizable. If it's supposed to be a Foxtrot or Sierra model, then make sure that the Foxtrot is a Foxtrot and Sierra is a Sierra model.
Thunder, packs unload completed LZ.
Trying to destroy artillery battery. Okay. Sounds like a job for the Kiowa. Or the Cobra, but I'm going to give it to the Kiowa.
Thunder, negative packs at this time. to Operations Alpha. Time now. Saber threat system active. Saber taking fire. Saber to Operations. Landing assured.
Shit for the North Africa map at nighttime. Again, overall, better than what it was months ago. Months ago on medium difficulty, normal mode instead of hardcore, it was ridiculous. I was getting shot at every which way, and I didn't understand what was going on. Now it's actually a lot better. I like this, medium difficulty is actually fun to play now. So I guess there was an update that they might have fixed something. I don't know, but I was able to actually complete a game in the enhanced edition of this game. So, enhanced edition version of this game, that is. So let's go back to single player. Now let's go to Afghanistan, Coast Province. This. Medium. Day 1. want to start playing off that. Regular vehicle patrols, so I'm going to say we'll go with yes. Now, see how kind of hazy and smoky this is? Afghanistan is pretty much like that all the time. But we're going to run into some issues here that you're going to see in a little bit, especially anyone who has a man-pad. Man-pad and RPGs are not going to be detected. And you see how green this map is versus in the Legacy version? So you also might start seeing some graphical glitches on this map. I don't know if it's just this map in particular or other maps, but I know this map has a tendency to show some graphical bullshit going on. And I don't know if it's the map or if it's the vehicle, the aircraft that I'm flying in particular, but you'll see. Okay, so I see issues over there. We have our 20 up, but let's go ahead and go to our hybrids. So we'll pop one of those. You see, the tracers are kind of hard to see. It's red, and it's being shot at me, but it was kind of hard to pinpoint out. So see, someone is shooting yellow now, though. And yellow is kind of easy to spot. It's a tracer. It's supposed to be easy to see. It's supposed to be easy to see for you, who's shooting it, but it's also easy for anyone else. You know, it's like a dual-edged sword. You know, it can hurt you and it can hurt others. Look at that. That is hard to see.
Contact.
That is super hard to see.
Threat system active.
Look at that. Didn't even know where the hell that came from.
Gunslinger, wheels up, time now.
Gunslinger, hell yeah. Now this aircraft's not as fast as the Juliet, but it makes sense because it's a single-engine aircraft, a single-engine version of the Cobra, which was one of the last model Cobras that the U.S. Army had, which remained with the single engines. But again, the Juliet model would have been the first model series, according to what I was reading online, that the Army would have accepted from Bell if they had accepted from Bell, which would have been their first twin-engine, dual-engine version of that.
Gunslinger, contact.
Of that for that aircraft, which would have been great because I like the way the Juliet looks. It's curved in all the right areas, people. Curved in all the right areas. And it's that engine area which looks amazing. I like that dual exhaust they had for the Juliet model. Freaking awesome. So see, that man-pad guy that I just shot and killed, I couldn't see where that shot came from. There was no smoke trail. There was no like imminent explosion that showed where it came from and where it was going. Versus if it was the legacy version, I would have saw where it came from. Now, I'm not saying by all means make it so that you can see immediately from the ground up, because like manpads, they don't act like that. There's a launch, and then there's a secondary propulsion explosion that lets it go out, and then the smoke trail begins. So that makes sense. I kind of like how this game did that. You know, made it more realistic, but still.
RTV time now.
Oh shit! I should probably go back and heal. More repair.
Gunslinger, wheels up, time now.
See, that's kind of hard to spot right there.
Gunslinger, contact.
Jackasses, I went and repaired myself, and then you guys go and fuck me over.
Gunslinger to operations. Landing assured. Gunslinger, wheels up, time now.
I want to fucking die.
Gunslinger, rifle away.
Alright, I couldn't even see that missile trail.
Gunslinger, contact.
Yeah, see, where's the missile trail for that? Maybe the tow missiles didn't have any? I'm not familiar with the... Now, who the fuck's shooting me over here? Ah. You guys, huh?
Gunslinger, rifle away.
Though if you want to be technically accurate with the tow missiles, you should probably have some copper wire following right behind it, or whatever. Okay, now let's go over here and start investigating, see if we got them all. Got them, I suppose. At least no one else is shooting because they're scared, so... If you're wondering why I'm doing these weird zigzag patterns, it's just how I do it. You just want to be unpredictable when you're flying your aircraft, and it actually helps. Plus, it gives me a chance to look around and search and hunt for targets, so that I can call tally on them, and then we can go ahead and engage. Now, you don't hear me actually saying ever tally target, but in my head, I'm saying it. I think we took a little bit of damage hitting the ground there, but my bad. Also, the other reason why I'm flying like this is because it's the Cobra. I fucking like how it just handles. Small, lightweight aircraft, single engine, even though single engine is kind of crap, but small and lightweight. It's able to be this nimble. And I would like it. Now, as you can see, the updated version of this aircraft, which it being the Sierra Foxtrot model, over the Golf model is that we have that telescopic scope that allows us to zoom in. As you can see, we got this 1x7, and then you have the 6x. That comes with that telescopic system that was incorporated with the system. Unlike the Apache, which comes with this like FLIR system, part of the TADS system at the front seat that the CPG station uses, it's a lot better. So the next system up that probably would have been given to the U.S. Army from the Juliet model, Cobra, would have been that system that also is incorporated into the Apache. That would have been a part of it. That would have been amazing, because the telescopic system here, I've never worked with it, but it's okay, but it could be better. As you've seen in the Apache, when you fly the Delta version, you got like 12 times zoom for like the last one, which is good. But I'm gonna tell you right now, in real life, it has its limitations, and there's obviously systems out there better than that. So, just me wishing that the Army had the Cobra still, how I'd be flying it. Wishing that we had the Kiowa. That would be another aircraft that I wouldn't mind flying. Huey would be another one. Be at least a good training aircraft with Huey, but yeah. So far, graphical glitches have not happened yet in this game. Now, I don't know if it's because I played this game for like an hour or two, and then the graphical glitches start showing up. I don't know what's doing it, but it does show up. So far, it's been behaving, but you might get a chance to see something. Not that I'm trying to force it, but I just let it do its thing, and I just try to play the game. But you've already seen some issues that I'm complaining about, which is the tracer fire from the enemies.
Threat system active.
Okay, see, where's the missile? Where's the missile? I don't see it. I don't see a trail. I don't know where it's at. I shot flares, and the missile itself didn't come near me. So I don't know where it came from. I don't know who shot it. Now I'm trying to find this guy. I don't know where he's at. And if he's up here on the mountain, that shot should never have... I mean, they could try shooting it, but in real life, you have to be above them for them to use the man-pad against you. So right now I'm trying to... these are the guys who shot at me. So maybe this is what happened, that he shot it, and... Got you. Okay, so that was the man-pad. And got you. So maybe it followed a sense of realism that because I was below him, he tried shooting his missile system and it never made it to me. Because in real life, these man-pads have a minimum height above the target that they can use to shoot. And I was way below him because clearly he was up there, I was down here. I mean, my height above the ground over here, what was I, like 100 something? I don't know. Rewind it back and you'll see what my actual AGL was at. But you can see my MSL over there is at 135. However, if you see that we come over here, he was... Yeah, come on. Let's keep it up. And he was about, look at that. He's like 400 near 500. 450, all right? I was below him. If that missile would have shot me and I would have got up there and found him, I would have been bitching and complaining about that because that's not real. That's not realistic. You cannot, that missile system is just not programmed to do that. You're supposed to be above them. Like minimum for some of them is like 33 feet or some bullshit like that. And clearly I was way below him. Now, one of the worst things for helicopters, though, is if you're in a valley and you got bad guys above you, or you have the opposing force above you shooting down at you, especially down in your main rotor system, that's pretty bad. But especially RPGs, but the man pads are not going to be much use in that regard. You have to be above them for the man pads to work. But I didn't see, even though he was above me and I was below him, I was looking up. That was the first thing in my mind. Look up, start looking around, who shot at you? And I didn't see anything. I didn't see a trail that would have told me that he came from that direction. It was by luck that I happened to have found him there, because his buddy started shooting at me, and I was like, oh, nah, I'm going to follow this tracer fire to see where it's coming from. It ended up being from right here, so. But, I mean, the tracer fire needs to be fixed. They all need to shoot one type of color. I would say yellow or green. But that red shit, no, because it's not even that easy to see. It's not easy to see for me. How it's going to be easy to see for the enemy, especially in this kind of fucking haze. Or the opposing force. And then the RPGs, there is a trail. I'd like for that to stay in the system, because I notice sometimes it doesn't happen immediately. Sometimes I just get shot at and I'm like, where the hell did that come from? But for sure the man pads need to be fixed. There needs to be some kind of trail for those. Or at the very least, if you're going to be accurate and say that some man pads do not have a smoke trail, then okay, but at least have a system in my aircraft that allows me to easily adjust. Easily adjust. It says it's coming from the 2 o'clock position, 1,000 meters, 500 meters, you know, and I'm like, oh, okay, so now I know where it's coming from. I can turn and adjust, dodge as best as I can with my skills, pop some flares, and continue to hunt and search for the guy. Because otherwise, right now, I can get shot at my man pad right now, and I'm like, where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Pop some flares. Where's it? Bam! I get hit. And it's like, what the fuck? But if you can give me a system in this game that says, that's like something like 2 o'clock, low, 500 meters, you know, oh, shit, okay, man pad shot from there. Now, realistic, is that what really happens in real life? Yeah, maybe, maybe not, but it'll at least help for the arcade / simulation version of this game. And it'd be pretty cool and fun, you know, just flying around, all of a sudden you hear your anti-man pad system, let's call it, tell you, hey, you know, 2 o'clock, 500 meters. You're like, oh shit, and then you try to adjust and look in that direction, you know, flying along, 5 o'clock, 1,000 meters, and you're like, oh shit. So then you try, you know, turning, popping flares, and then turning and going, and then maybe you juke the missile. Maybe you didn't, you know, but it would be pretty freaking cool. Why do I fucking shit? Okay. About enemies establishing outposts at grid 240. Grid 240. Oh, fuck, they not. I'm about to go over there and tell them what's up. Now watch, I go over there and I gotta get my shit wrecked in. Go over there and just fucking shit. Let's see about this outpost. Oh shit! You call that an outpost? Alright, let's set ourselves up for a engagement. We have one tow, about 2,000 rounds of this machine gun, and we have plenty of 30, so let's set ourselves up. There they are, and But you hear the sound of that missile. It's the same sound for every missile system, and it kind of annoys the shit out of me. But right. Now that 20mm sound right there is pretty good. I like it. It's got that chunky sound. It sounds like it's doing damage. The 20 on the Invictus sounds better than that, and it's awesome. I like the way they made it sound different. But I also would like to see more aircraft in this game. Would be pretty cool. Like throw in the Comanche in there, even though it was never really put into official Army use. There were Comanches created, and there's at least 2 or 3 of them at Fort Rucker, Alabama. And you see one at the museum, you see one outside somewhere. There's another one somewhere else. I don't know, but they're great looking aircraft, and they actually did fly around, and they actually were practicing with them. I mean, I know for sure experimental test pilots had fun with those, but you know, put that in this game. You know, hell yeah, put that in this game. Start putting in aircraft in this game. Come on now. I mean, frickin', they had games back in the 90s. Comanche 1, 2, 3, 4. Put them in the frickin' game. And also, again, please allow me to play whatever aircraft I want on whatever map. It'd be pretty cool, please. I get it if you're gonna be like, well, it's a gen whatever aircraft on this gen map, which is unfair to the AI on the ground. Well, then just increase the amount of AI to compensate for the aircraft you have, you know? I'm bringing a Gen 4 aircraft in a Vietnam map, so then, like, double up the enemies on the ground, you know? Just something. But again, don't make them hit harder, you know? Don't substitute them hitting hard. That makes it work. Don't do that, you know? Just increase the amount of enemy. Unless I start increasing the difficulty, just don't do that, all right? Because you have game mode and you have difficulty mode. Difficulty mode, I think, should only adjust the amount of enemy and the tactics that they use. And then the game mode, I think, should adjust the how hard they hit, all right? So difficulty, I think, should make the AI smarter and more number. And the game mode should just make it ultimately that they hit you harder. And yeah, just do that, all right? Ah, there they are. I was like, where the hell are they at? And they're over there. Let's go. Ah, you son of a bitch. Brake, turn left, and fire. Make sure he's dead. Okay, let's head back to the house. We're at 69 health. Nice. So let's go heal up. You know, as much as I like to just fly around with that number right there, I'd like to head back and possibly switch aircraft to the Juliet. I haven't flown the Gulf in this map just yet, but I was going to hold off on that. The Gulf is pretty much going to be a backup aircraft, so... yeah. Oh, also, these bridges, can you make it so that I could destroy those? That'd be pretty cool. Have, like, objectives like that, too, you know, like, the opposing forces trying to get across the bridge to move into certain maps. Have it that if I could destroy a bridge, they're now, like, impeded in doing that, so now they got to get along. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, just, you see this bridge and you're like, yeah, and then you destroy it, and the thing gets destroyed like that. Like in the movie True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they had those Harriers destroy that bridge when those trucks are moving across. That'd be pretty cool. All right, now see, I'm getting shot at, but I can't really Ah, there they are. Okay, they're coming from the trucks. Alright, let's adjust. Ooh, we have some guys on the ground. And I can't hit them. I can't hit them. Alright, let's get rid of the trucks since they're pretty dangerous to us.
Contact.
Got you. Got you. Got you. You. Oh, I see you. Oh, shit. Got you. Got you. Got you. Where you at? Shit. Got you. Got you. Woo! Got you. Y'all need to calm the F down. Got you. Got you. Anyone left alive? Come on. Anyone left alive? If I come back, you'll be sorry. Also, let's talk about damage in this game. So, for our aircraft here, you should probably have it, if we get shot at, that we can visually see where the damage is. So, like, I should have holes in the rear, right? Because you can see on the silhouette of this aircraft there, the tail section is in amber, right? So, yeah, so the tail section, the stabilator and all that is in the amber, but also you can see that it's the tail rotor and the engine's kind of hit. So you should have it to where if it's like that, you should visually see the physical damage. And if the engine's messed up, you should probably have it to where we can't fly as fast. And if the stabilator and main rotors, tail rotor as well as damaged, you should probably also have it to where it's a little bit more difficult to make your turns. So instead of being able to make sharp turns, you should probably have it to where you're making like wider turns. Otherwise, you're going to see like a lot of heavy vibrations. And if you try to keep on that sharp turn, and you shouldn't have a sharp turn, then you should probably have it to where you're damaging your own aircraft, and you'll lose like that section. You could possibly lose your tail rotor, and then all of a sudden your tail rotor's off, and then you can't turn. You're screwed. If you slow down too much, your aircraft's going to start spinning in midair. So the only way to really adjust or fix that is if you can continue your forward flight at a high airspeed and then bring it back to safety as best as you can. You should probably do that. That'd be pretty good. Oh my god, just look at this. Just look at this. Just look at this. If only. I mean, I like the previous the previous Cobra was flying. Oh yeah, I like that. Tried and true. It was there, but just look at this. Dual engine. I see that dual engine right there. I'm like, oh my goodness. If only that didn't say Marines on there and it said Army. Oh man.
Zeus, wheels up. Time now.
And not only that, as you can see, this version, this Juliet model, is a little bit better than the Foxtrot Sierra model, because look how many flares we have. We have 60. 60 flares versus the Foxtrot Sierra model, which gave us what, 30? Oh man. God, so nice, so nice. I mean, look how fast we're flying. We're at 100, damn near 150. It was up at 152, but that's because I turned. So right now we're cruising at 148, but as we turn, it increases a little bit. You see that, and then it brings it back down. But oh man, just look at this. This is so fucking awesome. Oh, hey, 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 hey! Where you at, you little shit? You're just in the middle of the road, aren't you? Not anymore. And then you had someone else shooting me, didn't you? Who else wants to die? Who has a death wish? Who hates life right now? Where you at? Show yourself. It's coming from over here. Oh, there. Oh, you two. You two want to die? You want to go? Dead. Dick. So, as you saw there, our aircraft was coming real close to the ground. Coming real close to touching on the ground, and that would have damaged us, right? What was being affected there aerodynamically is something that's called mushing. And I also like to say settling with power was also in that, but realistically it's mushing. We're coming in at a high forward airspeed, and then all of a sudden I apply cyclic to slow us down, right? Aft cyclic to slow us down. But we were still moving forward, which caused our aircraft to continue going down. To recover from that, you want to also increase your airspeed in the direction of. So, you know, you're coming in and you're slowing down like that. What you want to do is to get out of that situation. So apply forward cyclic to get out of there. Otherwise, if you have like a mountain like right here, you'd want to make a slight turn, increase collective to get out of the area. You know, that mushing is what keeps you going down, because what's happening is, as you look at the rotor blades, the downforce of vortices of the air is now being reversed. So instead of air being pushed down from the rotor blades, the airflow is now pushing up, and the blades are coning, right? So now airflow is now being sucked up, forcing you to go down. So in order to get out of that, you need to get out of the state that you're in. So you need to continue pushing forward. Now, the reason why I also say that settling powers in there, but that's a personal opinion. That's not like actual facts. It's personal opinion to me. Who wants to fucking die? Where you at? I'm over here trying to give a fucking class, and you're being a piece of shit. Where you at? I say settling with power because, like, the thing with settling with power is that you have less than ETL, right? Effective translational lift. You have less than ETL going on, which in that state we were moving pretty damn slow, which is why it occurred the way it did, you know, which is also part of mushing. You're trying to slow down, but you've reversed the flow of airflow for your main rotor blades. So you had less than ETL. You have greater than 300 foot per minute rate of descent, which we did. As you saw, we were low to the ground and we were continuing to descend, right? And you have 20 to 100% power applied with insufficient power remaining to recover from that, which also was the case. I was not only was I going down on the ground, but I was also giving it the I was pushing a button, because I have not really a joystick. I have like an Xbox / PlayStation controller that I'm playing with, and I'm pushing a button to increase my my collective to give me power to climb. I was pushing that and we weren't climbing. We were actually descending. So I like to say for something like that, yes, it is mushing. Textbook example is that is mushing. But I like to say there's also that possibility that I believe is not only mushing, but also settling with power. Like to add those in there as a training value to understand your situation. Textbook, it was mushing. It's all day, every day mushing what I just did there. But I also like to say that settling with power was also in there. Even though with settling with power, what you're going to run into is situations where you're trying to do masking, unmasking, OG maneuvers and stuff like that. That's basically where you're going to see settling with power. But I like to say for those situations, those type of dive situations, it was also settling with power involved. Now, we were shot at over here. I didn't get a good look because, again, the tracer fires kind of pissed me off, but...
Sounds contact.
Fuck out of here. Just little tidbits of information. This is exactly what I like about games like this, is that you can take real life scenarios and apply them to the game. Some people don't like it because they're like, it's a fucking video game. You can't learn anything from a video game, but I beg to differ. You can learn from video games. You can use them as training aids, and more so if it's a video game that's actually stapled as a simulation. This is not exactly stapled as a simulation video game, but it can apply as a simulation video game, especially it also has the aspect of an arcade to it, which makes it fun. That's the thing you want with your simulation games, is that it needs to be fun, because there are some simulator games out there that suck, because all they do is just focus on the job at hand, and it doesn't make it fun, you know? If you want to focus on the job at hand, you might as well make it like the realistic thing and then let it be that, because you're going to run into situations where the simulator is too unrealistic. It doesn't follow what really happens. Now, who over here was shooting at me? Where you at? I saw fire over there. You are. Alright, now, get in line. Where you at? You're over here. Where you at? Myself on that one. Yeah, you don't ever want to do that. You do not want to engage the way I'm doing, where you're low to the ground and you're shooting rockets. Rockets have a pretty big splash radius, and that's something you need to be cognizant about. You don't want to do what I'm doing. You could probably go to the 20 and engage like that, but you know, I have the hydras out because I know they can get rid of infantry like that. Although the 20 should be getting rid of the infantry, you know, like that as well, but, you know, it's not as big of an explosion as the Hydras, so that's why I usually roll around with the Hydras in this aircraft. I try to use the Hydras against personnel because it's high explosive. It's meant to do damage to light-skinned, light armor vehicles. Although, like I said, in this video game, they made it to where the trucks in this game will not be destroyed by one Hydra, which, again, kind of sucks, but... Oh, can't be touched.
Zeus, contact.
Okay, we have 28 Hydras left. Let's give the 20 some love.
now.
Really kind of mad. Also, another thing, it'd be kind of nice if I could adjust my weapon loadout at the airfield, so I'm not forced to stay with one type of weapon system. You know, just another thing. Let's see. If at all possible, you could also try and make the attack aircraft be able to at least pick up one, if not two, personnel off the ground for emergency recoveries. It is possible that attack aircraft can do that, and it has been documented. It has happened in the past. So, like, if I have a mission that says go and save one or two people, and I'm in an attack aircraft, if my aircraft is strong enough to do it, I'm gonna go and do it. You know, it doesn't have to be like, oh, you're attack, you're only gonna do attack. I can attempt. Well, I don't want to say attempt. It's just I'm going to do it. Did I just hear gunfire over here? I did. Ah, there you go. I know it came from over here because it sounded like it came from over here. I just didn't see it. But it sounded like it came from over here. Where are you at? There was an explosion over there, and I think those guys killed themselves. Because they became intimidated and titillated. And they said, fuck this, I'm out. So I think what happened was ooh, shit, that sucked. I think what happened was the guy with the RPG shot, missed, and hit his partner, which killed him as well.
Zeus has taken critical damage. RTV time now.
So what dropped our health down a lot was when I was fucking around up there in the mountain trying to look for the man pad and partner. Our aircraft just didn't have enough power up there at the top for how slow we were, because we were definitely below ETL.
Zeus.
And I bumped into something which damaged us. Now, I don't think the bump that I did caused that significant amount of damage, but what could be adjusted and fixed by that if the developers added in what's the word I'm looking for? Added in an element of dynamic rollover. So you could have in where if you do not recover correctly and you bump into something, your aircraft will literally roll and tip over and pretty much destroy yourself. You know, because those elements of dynamic rollover, you're looking for a rolling motion, you're looking for a pivot point, right? You're looking for stuff like that, you know, and that over there could have been something like that. So instead of like having me bump into something or bump into the ground and then I just like glide over it, but then like the damage has been done, you could have to where it's, depending on whatever it is, if there's a pivot point and a rolling motion being imparted on that and I don't have the proper recovery for it, you could have an element of that in there where it shows that the aircraft's about to tip over that playing field, you know? Okay, so that was a loss, and that was that second map. Again, we didn't see any of the graphical glitches, so cool, but I know they're there. But you did see the tracer issue that I'm talking about. Some of them were shooting yellow tracers, some of them were shooting the red tracers. The red ones are part of the spawn. Also, the man pads don't really have a smoke trail following behind it. I did notice that the tow missile also didn't have a smoke trail behind it. I don't mess with tow missiles, but in the legacy version of the game, there was a smoke trail behind it. I think in real life, the tow missiles are supposed to have copper wire that follows behind it. So maybe that's something you should probably put in. And that's based on an account that I discussed with a former Cobra pilot who was one of my instructors at Rucker. He said that one of the types of wires you look out there, you know, there's guy wires, combo wires, power wires, booby trap wires, and there's also tow missile wires. I asked about it, so what do you mean by tow missile wires? They're like, yeah, the tow missile systems that run Cobras and Bradleys, they have this copper wire that follows behind it. I was like, oh shit, I know that. And, those are things you have to watch out for when you're flying an aircraft, because those wires can really screw up an aircraft. But, and when I say guy wires, like guy wires, but they're guy wires. Yeah, so the tow missiles didn't have a smoke trail behind it. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not, but at least the little copper wire behind it was. But the missiles don't have, what I'm starting to notice is that those man-pad missiles don't have a trail behind it a smoke trail behind it. If you're not going to have a smoke trail behind it, you need to at least have something in the game that helps you as the aviator in that aircraft deter, to help deter. So, oh, where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? So I know where he's shooting at. Because can you imagine killing everyone on the ground but the one man pad guy, and all he's doing is just every once in a while shooting at you, and you're like, oh shit, where's he at? I can't find this guy. You know? It'd be really tough. And it's kind of annoying. It has happened before. The RPGs, sometimes they have a trail behind them, sometimes they don't, but anyways, let's go ahead and jump into another match, and I'll show you the Invictus. So we have to go to a Gen 4 map, because it's a Gen 4 aircraft, although I'd like to fly it in a different map. Anyways, let's see, where do we want to go? Do we want to go to the Bonomo Islands or the Balkans for this? Where do we want to go? Bonomo or Balkans? So we want to go Kosovo or Operation... What is that? I guess we can do this. That. Let's do that. Let's do that. That. That's fine. We could try night, but I don't know if I want to. Let's just start. Oh, also another thing, if you fly the one aircraft by itself, generally you would think the repair time is faster. It's not. It takes like 4 or 5 minutes to repair one aircraft, or at least the Invictus, which kind of annoyed me, but whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into our Invictus. Check this shit out. Look at this amazing. Look how, hear how quiet it is too. You know, that is freaking awesome. If this is anything of what the real aircraft would be like, that'd be awesome. Now, again, it being as quiet as it is, based on the type of system that it is, based on the type of way it's created. So the finisher system in the back is supposed to help it become quiet as well, because that's the tail rotor system right there that makes all that noise. You also have the main rotor blades the way they are. You have the exhaust system, as you see right there, the way it is. It's pretty freaking awesome. As you can see, dual engines, so you have the 2 engines, you got the air inlets up in the front, and then they're pushing out, and there's the exhaust system coming out on the side there. It's just awesome. I just like the way this aircraft looks. It kind of looks like a freaking flying shark. Just look at it. It looks like a flying shark, doesn't it? Like a shark with his like freaking whatever fins those are, just sticking out like that.
Wheels up. Time now.
Anyways, listen to this 20. You hear that? That is fucking awesome. I mean, it says right there it's the same 20 millimeter M197 electric 20 millimeter that the Cobras have, but it sounds awesome. I like the way that sounds. It's a different chunky sound from the other 20 millimeter, but damn, is that awesome. And then of course it has the Hellfires, you know, it's cool, whatever. But man, this aircraft. And funny that we took off from a Navy ship back there, and check it out, it says Navy. But pretty sure it's supposed to be Army. So it's the Army that's trying to get a contract, and it's between the Invictus, the Raider, and I forgot what the other one was. I think it's supposed to be like some version of the Osprey, kind of, but whatever. Future vertical lift, some crap, I don't know. But I hope we get this, because this would be awesome. And also, I kind of got my fingers crossed and hoping that we'd get the freaking A-10 Thunderbolt or A-10 Warthog, whatever the hell they want to call it, but the Air Force just doesn't want to give it. They want to get rid of it, but they know if they get rid of it, the Army, Marine Corps, somebody else is going to want to pick it up. So then they're trying to hold on to it. But like, no, we own everything in the air because we're the Air Force. It's like, bro, come on. You're more about air superiority. Just deal with your air-to-air dogfights and let us deal with air-to-ground support with which is what the A-10 is perfect for, you know. That's why I think that's one of the reasons why they're trying to get rid of the A-10, because it doesn't support with what they're doing. But we want that because it supports what we're doing. That's why we have our our aviation branch in the Army. You know, we support the ground forces, and the Air Force doesn't like doing that. They like dealing with the air-to-air superiority. They just want to hog up everything that involves anything in the air, which kind of makes sense. That's why the Air Force broke off from the Army back in the day when it was the Army Air Corps. They were like, hey, let's do our own thing since we can manage ourselves a lot better than being under the Army. But, I mean, if they're going to be a bunch of, like, spoiled brats about it, it's like, bro, like, get out of here with that horse shit. Alright, who shot me? Who wants to fucking die? Oh, shit!
Making heavy contact.
Like, you saw that? I shot sets of... I shot two sets of flares and didn't do shit. Now, see this? It's kind of hard to see these guys. I mean, well, they are hiding in the freaking bushes, but...
Going down.
You motherfucker. Now I gotta wait freaking 3 minutes for this fucking shit. Let's see. What do I want? Do I want this or this to go and take on? Gun pod or just rockets? And then this can get there faster.
Zeus, wheels up. Time now.
But anyways, there's your Invictus. Now, I was complaining about that missile system, and I just realized we did see a smoke trail from that missile system. So I guess on certain maps you have smoke trails, certain maps you don't. I don't know. That probably needs to be adjusted and fixed. But we did see a smoke trail, so there's that. So maybe it's map dependent, even though it really shouldn't be. Whatever. And of course, I got hit. Now that I'm like calm and thinking about it, if you're still flying towards the missile system, it's gonna pick you up, especially if you're getting closer. The idea is you want to kind of break away from contact and then pop your flares so that the missile system's like, who do I go after? Instead of me flying straight at the missile system. I mean, because at that point then, what's gonna help if you're flying at the missile system is dodging at the last second, but I mean, how's that gonna work? Not all the time, right? So, yeah.
Zeus, threat system X. Reporting enemy Sapphire.
Alright, where'd that Sapphire come from? I don't know where this guy's at. He's not firing, but that makes sense because he has a cooldown time to shoot. But I can't see him. So need to get on out. I don't see the smoke trail. It's kind of like the smoke trail disappears too quick. It should still remain in the air. mean, it doesn't have to be a straight arrow pointing at the guy that says the fucker's here, but I need something that... Oh, shit. I need something to help me out.
Reporting enemy sapphire. Reporting enemy sapphire. Zeus, going down.
You dicks.
Wheels up. Time now.
Just look at this aircraft. God. So like, literally, it looks like a black flying shark.
Going down.
Well, that's terrible. That sucks.
Gunslinger. Wheels up. Time now.
Like, I saw it and I was like, all right, applying power, and I don't know, it just kept going. I was like, is my button broken or oh, too late? I was like, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, no, don't ever do that. In like real life, you're gonna look out for like the general idea is all roads have wires. Now, is it true? No. As you can see, there's a road right here. Does it have wires? No, I don't see any wires. But you might want to tell yourself that all roads have wires. You kind of want to stay above treetops, above the wires that you can see on the roads, and you always want to cross them over at the mast of where the actual wire where the wire-to-wire column is at, right? So, and I applied power and it wasn't picking up, which is weird because I know I applied power over here near that radio station and I was picking up real quick, and I was like, okay, so this thing has got some pretty good power. I'm gonna adjust as I move along, but I guess I had like a nose low attitude while applying and it didn't work out so well. Now this would be the view that you would be seeing, so you know. Well, maybe not that. That's like your face is up on that panel there. So we are flying around in third person. It's not like we're flying around in the cockpit view. So let's go to our miniguns here. Or our minigun pods, since they're in these pods. Alright, let's... Why won't you fucking die? You go to 30, or excuse me, 20.
Gunslinger, reporting enemy sapphire.
All the way back to the ship to repair because I don't have any cargo helicopters, util helicopters that can pick up repair and ammo points and drop them off somewhere on the map. This is why you kind of have this is why you want to have a mix of aircraft for your quote-unquote squadron. But since I like attack aircraft, this is usually where you'll see me pick a lot of the times, is these attack aircraft, especially Cobras. I like Cobras, and I like the way they handle. I like the type of weapon systems you can put with them, and I just pick them. Especially particularly these gun pods. I like that. It makes it, to me, a legit gun ship. And there's a use for that. I mean, I have my tow missiles, and I got 8 of them. I got these gun pods, which have their uses, and then I also have the 20, which has its uses. With the gun pods here, you can see that at a distance, right? When you zoom in at a distance, you see that? You're gonna, like, hit an entire area. You're just gonna pepper the hell out of it. And then with the 20, as you can see, it's a little bit more precise. You can see that it's kind of shooting all over the place, right? But it's a little bit more precise. And then when you look at the 30 on that weapon system itself, because it is an area weapon system, you'll see that it has a larger impact area. There's a larger impact area, and it's because of the ammo system. The ammo that it's using is part of the system that it is. It uses that high explosive for purpose, so it's meant to be doing that, which helps capitalize on what it's supposed to be. The 20, I don't know what kind of ammo it is per se, but you can see that, you know, it's a little bit more accurate than the 30, but on purpose it's like that. The 30 is made to be an area weapon system, whereas the 20, it isn't. I think the 20 is exactly an area weapon system, but there's reasons to have these, and I like that. That's why I choose these specific aircraft, the Cobras, that is. And the Invictus, I choose that just because it's freaking Invictus. Like, come on. Air. And I do like adding some kind of versatility. The Juliet model does not have much versatility. It's the 20 and the 76 Hybrid, but the Hybrid's good against infantry, or at least that's what I usually do. When it comes to vehicles and emplacements out there, I use something a little bit more precise, but a lot of ammo, which ends up being the 20 millimeter, you know?
Gunslinger, wheels up, time now.
For vehicles, I'll use these minigun pods, because I like having all the rounds hit at one specific spot. Well, not really a specific spot. I like having all rounds hit that general area, and the more rounds I put down range that can hit the target at once, that target's just being peppered to death, you know? Whereas the 20 has a slower cyclic rate. Alright, who the fuck? Alright, they're hiding up here. Alright. Follow this road because that's generally where they're at. Yeah, so the 20 has a slower cyclic rate, which means that you can, you know, put more precise rounds on the target, whereas this one is just like a blanket of rounds in the area, so it kind of helps out. Um, but also because the rounds that they are, like how hard hitting they are, right? The firepower that they have, the penetration value that they have, it kind of depends. So like, does these 7.62 rounds, are they explosive rounds, or are they dual purpose, or they're just armor piercing, or what, you know? It's kind of one of those deals that you have to kind of figure into it. So there I'm not doing anything. There I'm not doing anything because it's at an armor point on that target. I'm pretty sure I can find a weak spot on those vehicles, but what'll work best for this situation is the tried and true. So
Rebel away.
So I see that we have a smoke trail now with these tow missiles, so it's kind of make me wonder if maybe something was wrong with the Afghanistan map. So that needs to be fixed and adjusted. Okay, so there, as you saw, is a way that you can do engagements with your missile systems. You can come to an OGE hover and shoot your missiles. Generally, what you want to do is find a place to conceal or cover, mask and unmask, and engage, and then quickly, you know, unmask. Right, so you unmask, shoot, and mask it to cover yourself and conceal yourself, and then you move to a new location. What I did right there is just, I just straight up came to an OG hover and then was like, all right, I'm going to shoot 4 missiles at these guys and hopefully they don't shoot at me. They didn't shoot at me because I think I was at way above their limits of elevation, so they were pretty much screwed. They were just sitting there like, all right, fuck it. My time is now. And then I was like, you're damn right. And got them. But you wouldn't really do that in real life because, I mean, realistically, those guys could have gotten into their coaxial, well, maybe not the coaxial gun, but maybe like their turret-mounted Dishkas, right, and shot us out of the sky. And so realistically, we would have tried to find a place around here to engage that we could see them, they can't see us, and just start shooting at them. What could also be a thing is what I like to do a lot is those running fires and diving fires. You know, that is helpful because then you can just see the target, shoot at it, see the target, shoot at it, and break off left, break off right for your recovery. And yeah, I mean, that I like doing because sometimes you don't have OGE power. Sometimes you don't have it, especially for these single-engine aircraft. You're kind of asking a lot. You motherfucker. Well, I see where you are, so you better kiss your ass goodbye, you little shit. Okay, I actually lost sight of this motherfucker. Oh, wait, there he is. He's right there. Oh, shit! Bitch. Let me reload. Let's go to our 20. %, health. Yeah, so right there, that made sense for that rocket or that missile to hit us because again, we were pretty much right there. We weren't moving too fast, and popping flares off at that point, yeah, might have helped, might have not done anything, but you know, pop the flares and then break off. Try to re-engage once you see the target. The problem is, like I said, like that smoke trail doesn't stay in the air long enough for you to like juke or press the flares and then come back and like, all right, where did he shoot at me from? And then you're looking for the smoke trail to see where the fucker's at, but you know, he's just hiding down on the ground now, and it's like this piece of shit.
Gunslinger to operations. Landing assured.
fix this 6 now, so let's jump on there and use it.
Wheels up. Time now.
This is all about showing this aircraft off, but bad chance we've been doing it. Mostly showing my feelings. Let's look at this thing.
Threat system active. Taking heavy
You
contact.
motherfuck. So, I broke, what did I break, right or left? I think I broke right, and then I popped some flares, and it looked like last second, the missile was gonna go for the flares, but it still got close to me, and it blew up and did some damage to me. It kind of annoys me, but... Oh shit! Look at this fucking bullshit.
Out of the way.
And right there, you just saw settling. Good sense of realism right there.
Winchester. Reporting enemy Sapphire. Has taken critical damage. RTB time now.
One thing I have noticed on the Invictus, which I forgot to mention earlier, was from the first time I played it to now, the missile systems, when you shoot them, they still show on the aircraft that they're still available. So as you can see, we don't have any Hellfires. We don't have any Hellfires available, but yet it shows that we still have Hellfires. Whereas in the Apaches and the Cobras, when you shoot the Hellfire missiles, they're gone. They just show the rail system. But here, it still shows that the Hellfires are there. So that's something that needs to be fixed and adjusted. Yeah, so anyways, we'll go ahead and just exit the game. That's pretty much all I wanted to show. I don't know if you developers have been watching, or anyone next to the developers to watch and say, hey, there's this. I don't know if you guys have noticed anything that could be fixed in the game that needs to be fixed, maybe some sound or something. I I'm surprised the graphical glitches didn't occur. The graphical glitches are pretty bad. When you see them, it happens. It is bad. I don't know how it happens. I really don't. It doesn't matter if I'm in a U.S. or USSR or Russian helicopter. It doesn't matter. It's still there. Still shows. And when I say graphical glitches, I mean you're just flying around in third person or you're in first person trying to gun somebody down, and then you get all this screen tearing bullshit going on. It's nothing on my end as far as I know, because look, right, I have everything same as before, and nothing really bad happens here. I'll show you what I have. This is what I got going on so far. So take a look at that. And I could put everything on high, but everything. I mean everything I could put on super high, but I like to have my frame rates up just a little bit. So I have it set the way it is. But otherwise, I could put everything on high, and it really doesn't matter. But exit out. But yeah, so there's that. I would really like these things to be fixed and adjusted. I would like extra aircraft. So I would like extra aircraft put in here. Like I said, the Comanche, I want that to be in here. That'd be pretty cool. Again, it doesn't matter if it's a blueprint aircraft or an aircraft that never really made mass production. Doesn't matter. Just put them in the game because it'll make the game more fun. Have the customization of weapons involved. Have the tracer fire adjusted. Have the I can't really say the graphical glitches, but I don't know if you guys seen or been reported about them, but they're there. Trust me. Have let's see, multiple aircraft customization of weapons. Excuse me. Sorry about the yawn. Have the name adjustment, so like CH-64 Delta, CH-64 Alpha, and some of the other aircraft, they're changed. Like this one's MC-500. I'm pretty sure last time it was MD or something like that. But make them accurate, because this shit's not gonna fly. Like the Chief CH-64 Alpha, don't do that. All right, the Chief CH-64 Delta, no, it's an attack. It's an Apache. All right, it's the Apache AH-64 Delta, the Apache AH-64 Alpha. If you want to throw in a Bravo in there, throw in a Bravo in there, throw in a Charlie in there. Doesn't matter. Just put more aircraft, and then have like different types of weapon customizations and ones that maybe you yourself can actually choose. So I wanted to just roll out there with one M230 30 millimeter Bushmaster chain gun. This freaking 30 mil, this 30 mic. I just wanted to roll out with that. Let me roll out with that, but then have it, because I only have one weapon system, which isn't going to weigh a whole lot. Have my agility and airspeed fixed and adjusted because of that. My climb rate adjusted for that. Have those kind of elements in there, you know. Also, I see that you have the Delta version of this aircraft. Well, the only difference that you have between the Alpha and the Delta here is just the weapon system. It's more to it than that, especially if you're going to have this FCR up here, the FCR with the R5. If you're going to incorporate that, actually make us have the ability to use that, okay? Fix the names, fix the AI with the tracer fire and the man pads. Also, you should probably add in enemy AI aircraft so that it gives guys like me a reason to use this to unlock this, because I'm not going to unlock this if all it is just freaking Sidewinder missiles. Like, I don't give two shits, you know, because I'm not using I'm not fighting against people online, but add in enemy AI in single player so that I have a reason to unlock this and use it. That'd be pretty cool, you know? I'm flying around, all of a sudden you got like an enemy scout out there, and you're like, what the shit is this? And sure, I could shoot him with the 20, I could shoot him with the rockets, I could shoot him with the tow missiles, but I'm pretty sure the Sidewinder missiles, well, I know for a fact the Sidewinder missiles were meant for that job. It's better for that job. So give me a reason to use those. You know, put in some enemy aircraft out there. You know, have like, when I'm flying around, and a freaking enemy hind is going by, and I'm like, oh shit, you know. And I get it. Maybe some match you're fighting against certain people, certain groups of enemy that doesn't have those capabilities. I don't give a damn. Make it fun. Make that the arcade version of this game. You know, it's gonna make you want to play. You know. I mean, hell, you could probably come up with some kind of history report that says, oh, you know, like the Afghanistan coast map, right? You can probably say, even though it's not realistic or reality or factual, but you could probably say that while the Russians were ripping out of Afghanistan, that they left some tanks and they left some freaking aircraft behind that they thought were destroyed, but they weren't destroyed. And then all of a sudden, those guys took them over, right? You put something like that. Just, you know, make it more fun, more interesting. You know, that'd be the arcade aspect of it, and then the simulation aspect is everything else. You know, me getting engaged by manpad. You know, my aircraft telling me where it's coming from. You know, like 5 o'clock. You know, 2 o'clock, 500 meters, 1,000 meters, and then I'm like, oh, okay, so that's where it's coming from. Okay, let me brake left, let me brake right, pop some flares, wait a little bit, turn this way, turn that way, pop another set of flares, and then. My aircraft is still telling me, like, yeah, it came from this area over here. You're now turning in this general area. Okay, start searching and hunting. I'm looking. I'm like, where are these guys? Where are these guys? And then I might see them. I might not. But hey, that's based on me and my skills as a hunter. You know. Added more camo too. That's the other thing. Yeah. So there's a lot of these aircraft that only have one camo. Like I think this one right here only has one camo on it. That's kind of annoying. I'd like a whole lot more camo for these aircraft. Again, more aircraft as well. Let's see. Other than that, this game is not too bad. It's not too bad. It was bad a few months ago that I was like, ah, fuck this. But I'm playing it on medium difficulty. And I was playing it months ago on medium difficulty, and I was like, fuck, this is ridiculous on medium. And now I'm playing it on medium right now, and I'm like, this is actually okay. It's still annoying here and there, but it's okay. So those are some things I'd like adjusted and fixed. Smaller things, I don't know, maybe more songs per map or something. Let me play my Gen 4 aircraft on like Gen 1 or 2 maps. Like, come on. And with that being said, let's get some more maps going on here. Let's get some more maps going on here. I mean, I'm going to get eventually tired of playing on the same old damn maps. So start throwing in some more maps. You know, find a map of Grenada, throw that in there. You know, find a map of I don't know, going Iran or Iraq or something. You know, just more maps out there, please. You could also probably have training maps too, or like I don't want to say training maps. I want to say like just I don't know, like talk to somebody where people like train to map locate. I don't know, just something. More places, more aircraft, more stuff. Anyways, that's all I can think of right now. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and again, game developers, devs, please fix and adjust. Pay attention. You're doing a great job. I like this. This is tolerable. Yeah, just fix these things that I'm asking. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.